Hi everyone, so in this video I am going to be talking about art style again, but I wanted to expand on my previous video, so this is kind of like a part 2. It's sort of like a different method, a more like hands-on approach to finding your style, where in the other video I kind of explained how your style can develop on its own. So in this video I'm going to be telling you some tips that can help you actually influence your style and change your style on your own without letting it develop by itself, so things you can actually do to help your style develop. First of all, I began drawing in the anime style, and maybe around a year ago now, I decided to change it to more of a semi-realistic style, and it took me a really long time to kind of find my path, and now it's kind of becoming something a little bit more cartoony, and I'm starting to realize how much I like cartoon-ish kind of drawings. So I have like a semi-realistic style, and I have my cartoony style, and I have my really cartoony style, so I have more than one style, but I'm still developing my style. But from the previous video to now, I think I've come a long way in terms of my art style, and I kind of have an idea of what I want it to look like finally after practicing for so long. So the first thing I would say, especially if you want to make a drastic style change, is look up artists that draw in the style that you are aiming for. So say you currently draw in the anime style, but you want to draw something more of a cartoony look. So look up a bunch of different cartoon artists and just notice the way that they stylize things. And you might even want to try some of this yourself. So like say they make the eyes really big and make the eyelashes like really pointy, like triangles or something. You might want to try integrating little bits and pieces from a bunch of different styles that you find, and then start experimenting with them and playing with them and merging them into your own style. Don't completely copy other artists' styles, but use them as inspiration and kind of like a Kickstarter to go on the path to finding your own style. That is what I did, because I was so stuck in the anime style. Like the first thing, I'm pretty sure it was the first thing that I decided to change, or one of the first things that I was really working on was the mouth, because I used to only draw a line for the mouth. I wouldn't draw actual lips. So I looked at a whole bunch of artists on Instagram to see how they drew lips, and I took a lot of inspiration from them, and I even copied some of them just to get a hang of it, of drawing actual lips, and slowly I merged it into my own style of drawing lips. It's not like completely original, but it is a part of my style, and it's now a way I draw lips all the time. And it took some practicing, and I had to see how other artists did it because I really had nothing else to base it off of. So looking at other artist styles is really helpful. It's not a way of don't copy their style, but see how they stylize things, and it can give you some ideas. Also, explore many different styles. You might think that you want a semi-realistic style, but you might find out that you actually enjoy drawing anime more, or you actually enjoy drawing cartoon. So don't be afraid to experiment, even if it's a style that you don't think you're going to end up wanting to draw with. Just keep a sketchbook for your style practice, or just use your sketchbook to practice style in. And try many different styles and explore as many different styles as you can. Change up the way you draw eyes in each of the drawings, the way you draw noses, and go between different facial features, stylized combinations, and eventually you might find something that you really like that you wouldn't have thought of before because of all the experimentation that you did. And also, it is completely fine, and actually it's a good thing to have more than one style. This proves that you have a variety of things that you can draw as an artist, and having more than one style kind of leaves the doors open to all the different kinds of things you can draw. You can draw really realistically, but you also love drawing comics. That's a really good thing to have, to be able to draw in more than one style. But the hard part is making each of those styles your own unique style, and that takes practice and improving your anatomy and improving on the fundamentals of art. So style isn't just about the way you draw things, it's also the way you color things and the themes that you use in your art, and the way you compose your drawings or your line quality. All of that goes into your style. And all of that takes a lot of practice to get better at, and the more you improve your anatomy and your art and do studies from real life, the easier you'll find it to actually control your style, because you'll know the rules a lot better, so you can break the rules better. People say that a lot. You have to know the rules before you can break them. And I don't think you necessarily have to be a master at everything in order to be able to have your own style. You can be a complete beginner and have your own style of art. And every artist does have their own style, because no two artists draw exactly the same way. So you do have a style. It just takes some time to really explore it and help it blossom into what you really want it to become. So definitely improving your art can improve your style. And you can practice your style alongside doing studies. That's kind of what I do. I'll draw some stuff. I'll like open up my sketchbook. I might practice a bit of anatomy and then I'll practice my style a little bit. I kind of practice them at the same time. And as one improves, the other improves, kind of. Just anatomy in general improves as you draw more people. So if your style is more based on drawing people, which I'm guessing it probably is, the more people you draw, the more you'll be able to develop your style into something that you want it to be. So after you kind of have an idea of what kind of style you want, after you looked at a bunch of artist styles and you explored many different styles based on what you saw from those artists and based on what styles you already know exist, like anime and cartoon styles, and you like vary and you change up the way you draw each facial feature and come up with different combinations. Once you kind of find what you like, I just recommend like filling up a whole page of like trying to draw the style over and over and over and practice and continue to sketch out slightly different styles until you find the exact one that you want. And if you keep trying to draw in the same style, eventually it'll start to become easier and like second nature, and you'll start making very subtle changes to your style as you continue to draw in different styles, and eventually it'll all kind of boil down to one single style that you will be able to be more consistent in because you've practiced it so much. So try to, if you want a consistent style, try to be consistent with it and practice a lot. And in the beginning, it might seem like you can't draw anything in the same style. Everything looks different. But honestly, the more you practice, the more your style will start to look more consistent. And I have definitely experienced this over the last year of me trying to develop my style. And as I will continue to develop my style, it's starting to become easier, and I'm starting to actually see where I want my art to go, which is really exciting because I haven't really seen that in a very long time, or maybe not even ever. I've never really had my own style before, but it's starting to kind of develop, and it's all because I've been doing a lot of sketching in my sketchbooks. And they don't have to be perfect sketches, just quick sketches, doodles of trying to figure out your style. That is the best way to develop your style. And don't expect it to change right away. It takes time, but all the hard work you put in, it will be worth it. It might even take a year, kind of like it did for me, but your style is always constantly developing, so it never really stops changing. So you can develop your style for a really long time, and you might be satisfied with it for the entire time while your style continues to change. Each style you liked, but it starts to kind of mold into something that you like even more. And there's really no limit to how much you can improve and how much your style can develop. So just put in the time, and eventually you'll find something that you're happy with, and then it will start to get even better than that. So I hope this video helped you with your style. I also have a part 1 talking about how your style can develop on its own. So if you're interested, I will link that above. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips about finding your style, leave them in the comments, because people will definitely find that helpful, and I will probably find it helpful too. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video.